Hi, welcome to our GDPI Clinic. GDPI Clinic is a one-stop shop for all your GDPI queries and GDPI skills. Fine. Let's talk about GD today. The most common thing which people think you need for GD is your communication skills. This man will get through GDPI because he's very good talker. He speaks good English. He is very smooth talker. He's very articulative. Students don't understand the most important thing in a GD is not communication skills. Hi, I'm Raf. I've been a panelist on for various B schools. I have been to almost 20 B schools as a panelist for the interviews and GD skills in last 3 years. I've taken more than 2,000 interviews in last 5 years. I've also been taking interviews for my company in India and UK for last 3 years now. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about the GD skills which you should have before you sit for any GD. As I just told you, communication skills is not the number one thing. Number one thing you need is a content. Yeah. So you have to start building your content from today. If you have a good content, people will listen to you. Yeah. Let me give an example. IPL topic. Whenever I give an IPL topic to the students, the most common answers people talk about is India, Sachin Tendulkar, IPL, fine, the money being spent on the people, the amount of tickets, the number of tickets, the cost of the tickets. No one talks about how Indian economy is being affected because of IPL. IPL 4 is now world's second largest franchisee after NBA. No one talks about that. No one talks about the GDP growth rate which is affected because of the IPL. No one talks about how it is touching the everyday life. Every Pepsi can contain the IPL logo on it. Yeah. So your day-to-day life is being affected before the IPL. Fine. So what I want you to do is, I want you to learn these things which you are going to speak up in the GDPI, which will at least make other people think, wow, what is talking about? You are not applying for a job. You're not applying for a TV interview where you need good communication skills. You are applying for a post of a manager. So you have to come across as a manager. Alright. So what we're going to talk about is, I'm going to talk about few things which you need for a GD. Number one is 6 to 1 MBA. I call it 6 to 1 MBA. Your MBA is completed in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 is 6 Sigma. 5 is 5 Force model of Potters. 4P, 3C, 2x2 matrix, and 1 day MBA. If you have done these 6 things, 1 to 6, you are in complete MBA. You learned almost same thing which any B school grad knows. Don't believe me, ask them, seriously. Alright. Apart from these things, what I want you to do is, for a content building, I want you to learn a few terms. These are the very nutshell terms. Most terms, I've listed all these terms in the Cetking.com. Fine. You can go to Cetking.com, you can find a list of all the economic terms you need to know before you sit for a GD. FDI, FII, need to know. Budget, GDP, GNP, backward and forward integration, merger and acquisition, stock markets, and investment types. Short-term investment, long-term, NPV, all these terms you should know. Fine. These are the few of them. There are around 20 terms, 30 terms, which are very important terms you need to know before you sit for your GD. Alright. How to score good in a GD? The most of the time when I ask them why you not speaking of GD, they said number one, they were not given a chance to speak. Number two is that they never had the good points to talk about. Fine. Most of people have 2-3 good points to start with, and they find it shit that it's already being talked about by someone else. What next? So what I'm going to give you is, we have a 20-point framework which we normally suggest to our students. Fine. It's for the workshop students who join our GDPI workshops. So I can't disclose with our product, but I can give you an example of that, a smaller one, which is a very common example. Fine. Is spelt. Yeah, we have a 20 words framework. Within 5 seconds or within 1 minute, you'll get 20 points to talk about. Let us talk about 5 of them, 6 of them, 10 of them, but you still have 10 points, 10 fresh ideas to talk about in the GD. Yeah. For example, let's talk about the topic IPL. S is social, political, economic or environmental, legal and technical. Now suddenly within 30 seconds you'll have 5 points ready with you to fire in any GD. Fine. Like this we have a 20 words framework which you can use in your GDPI. Fine. So like this, try to innovate your own words if you want to. And this spell is a very good technique to at least get 5 points. Now social also you can have 2 points within that. 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. So you will suddenly have 10 points with you ready. What I want you to do extra beyond this thing is I want you to put in business knowledge or business terms into any GD. Let the GD be on the women empowerment, corruption, anything of any kind, poverty. Try to talk from the Indian economy point of view, or use the word Indian economy, GDP, budgets. Trust me, you will get brownie points, extra points in any GD. Alright, please also see my video on interview skills, which is a complimentary video to this GD skills, and visit our site cetking.com or themeatking.com for more information. Alright, all the best for your GD. Convert it. Yeah, cheers, thank you.